Hey, welcome to Frisky Talk 009 with Javier Portilla. As a self-proclaimed nomad, Javier has spent the last year traveling the world, playing music, meeting friends, and learning about each culture from behind the decks and within the community. His music style reflects this outlook on life. The diverse perspectives, appreciation for mindfulness, ability to go with the flow, it's all evident within his distinctive blend of styles. After more than a year of being on the road, he's ready to get back in the studio and find that balance between performance and production. I really enjoyed talking to him about his adventures and his experiences, and it was really exciting to hear about all the projects he has in store. Thank you so much, Javier, for this wonderful conversation, and thank you for listening to Frisky Talk 009 with Javier Portilla. I'd love to hear this whole story of how this last year came about. Like, did you go out with a plan of being away for a year?
Wow, yeah, it was crazy. No, and I didn't plan anything.
Yeah.
Well, we planned a little bit the tour in India.
Okay.
And in Asia. Like everything is started in actually January 1st, like the first day of the year. It was actually my first time playing like in the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
besides Europe, of course. So it was really exciting for me to be, actually playing in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And yeah, the gig was amazing. Like I totally loved the crowd. Like the people from Lebanon are like really like party animals. They love music. They party so hard that it's impossible not to have like a great time there. So yeah, I played in it was like an after party on January 1st in the sunset. It was like amazing in a rooftop, and party went like so good that they booked me again in another gig like a few days later.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, everything started there. um, so yeah, after that I had another gig in Dubai. So I went to Dubai. From Dubai I flew to India, and yeah, I stayed like playing the tour in India with Praveen Achari. He's a very good friend of mine, and yeah, I actually share some gigs with him, and yeah, it was really good. Um, right after India, I um, I talked with Subandrio, Subandrio,
Yeah.
um, from Sri Lanka. So he told me, "Hey, now that you're in this side, just come over, and we're gonna have a nice party with Lonia."
Nice.
And yeah, I went to Sri Lanka, played with them. Party was awesome. It was the release of his label, and yeah, after that, from Sri Lanka, uh, um, I got booked in other places in Southeast Asia, like Singapore, Malaysia, and like 4 or 5 gigs in Thailand. So yeah, everything happened like that.
Yeah, was it all
It was
like it was all like on a whim, kind of like you headed out and then all of a sudden more gigs kept coming up and you could just keep like you never went back home or
exactly.
yeah, that's crazy. That's so cool.
And I was actually continue because after Thailand was like my first country in Southeast Asia, uh, before going back to Barcelona. And yeah, before like after Thailand, I got some other proposals to play in Bali and other places. But by then, I had like 6 months already playing in Asia. So I was like, I need to I need to go back to Barcelona and keep doing like like producing and all that. So yeah, it was like that pretty much. It was amazing. It was like out of this world. All
Oh,
the experience there was amazing.
it's awesome that you could just be so flexible. I mean, do you feel like that just suits you, like that kind of lifestyle?
Yeah, yeah. Besides that, I'm like, like kind of nomad. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and
that's like
I
that was
like
the
to
word
be
I
like,
wanted to use. Yeah, you seem like a nomad.
yeah, I love that. Like, I love like to have the experience. I mean, yeah, like the experience of living with other cultures. Like, not only like when I go to a place, I like to not only go and play and live, but I like to be involved in the whole culture. Like, live how they live pretty much, and yeah, like learn how they eat, how they pretty much everything. So I try to stay a little bit more in places or countries where I'm not supposed to play. And yeah, I'm very lucky to have that opportunity to do it. Like, I don't have any attachments like to go back home like quick, or things like that. So yeah, I take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do you normally just like meet people there and then just they kind of take you on as like showing you around and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also have like friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm lucky to have friends like on different places from the same, like from the same scene, the electronic music.
Is it? Yeah, it's all music people.
So yeah, everything is related with music. Uh, yeah, normally people tell me like, yeah, just stay more time, and we're gonna take you around and show you the place. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Totally.
Yeah, what's one of like the coolest places that you stayed?
That I've been. Well, I will say, well, India is fascinating. Like, India is like hard to describe. It's just an amazing country with like totally different uh, things, or like everything is so different from what we are used to it. So yeah, I would say India. Like, Sri Lanka is probably one of my favorite places in the world so far. It's amazing. The culture, the people there is so welcome. So yeah, I don't know, it's amazing. Plus, obviously, the nature. Yeah, I remember there was my first time watching like an elephant in their own environment, which for me was kind of like was like amazing, like how see that. So yeah, Sri Lanka have a special place in my heart. Yeah, definitely.
So when did you go out to California? How did that all work out?
Okay, so California was like something similar to yeah, to Asia. So I came to play at Burning Man. Um, I was invited to play in three different camps. One of those was Pink Mammoth, which is like one of the main uh, day parties camps, like, and in Burning Man. So it was really really nice. Um, so after Burning Man, I got some other books. So yeah, it was like some other bookings. And yeah, I just staying around here while in Barcelona is winter right now. So I'm just waiting for, like, I'm living in LA right now, like, for the moment, and just waiting for for the summer to come back to
Yeah.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Just go back.
Do you like LA?
I love it. Yeah, yeah. Like, the weather is I like it's amazing right now. So right now is like the perfect time here. And yeah, I also have friends here, and like DJs and producers. And yeah, I've been playing pretty much in California. I played a gig in New York 2 weeks ago, which was great. I'm gonna play in Chicago probably in some weeks. So I have to go back to the East Coast, and yeah, then I'm coming back after here, and yeah, that's pretty much. I'm almost done here.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
long. So you're gonna go back to Barcelona like in the spring?
Yes, totally. Well, after here, I'm playing in Envision Festival, which is in Costa Rica, my my hometown. Yeah, I haven't been there for a few years now, so I'm quite excited to go back and play for my friends and all that. So yeah, good. Besides the festival, it's amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite gigs of the year every year. So and the lineup is really good. This
Nice. What's it
a lot
called?
of big names.
Yeah.
Envision Festival,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Envision.
yeah.
Like I don't remember the exact lineup right now, but I remember it's Fly and well, I don't know. It's there's like a lot of people playing, so it's gonna be fun. That's next month, and yeah, right after that, I'm flying back to Barcelona and just stay there for the whole year. Next year, I'm not gonna move from there. So yeah,
It's funny you've just been kind of going with the flow for nomading it, I guess, for a year now, exactly a year, right? Um,
yeah,
and so
yeah,
you like feel like you're going back to kind of settle for a little while and get your home
yeah,
base.
totally.
Yeah.
Like last year was the whole touring experience was amazing, and I learned like a lot. And yeah, it was very also inspirational to get new sounds and everything. But I didn't have the chance to produce too much, like to sit in the studio and work on my music, and I actually need to do that now, like really, really bad. And also with my show on Frisky. So yeah, that's the plan. Just go back and settle there for a few months at least.
What makes you feel like that's something you really have to do?
What was that? I'm sorry.
What is like you said you feel like you really have to get back to producing. Like what makes you say that?
Oh, no. What I was meaning is like I really need to learn like to combine both things. Like touring, playing, and at the same time,
Yeah.
which like for me last year was like pretty much all playing. Like I was, playing a lot and didn't have the chance to, to produce. So that's what I really want to know how to do, or
Gotcha.
just to, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, how to
combine both
balance it all.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think being on the road and not having like a returning back to a place would be difficult.
Yeah, yeah, totally. That's like I try to work on my laptop and everything, but it's not the same. Like it's not the same like sitting on your studio with nice sound and all that. So yeah, 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 totally. And Costa Rica, I'm gonna actually stay just like 1 week just to see my family and everything, and then just going back to Barcelona.
So when I'd love to hear about Costa Rica, like what's growing up there, like how did you first get into the music and like what's the scene like there and kind of how you started?
Yeah, I grew up like in a very um, I was very related with the music since I was a kid. Uh, and yeah, once that I was like I don't know, like 17 or 16, I started like going to parties. Like Costa Rica has been with actually very good scene since I remember. Like I remember watching Sasha and John Digweed in warehouses. So yeah, no, it was like pretty cool, and it's still being good. Like, we have one amazing club called Vertigo, which is it used to be one of the top 100 clubs on DJ Mag. The sound is amazing. So pretty much I took all my experience from there, and like playing with big DJs. Pretty much I was doing like, the opening sets. That's how I met like a lot of DJs that now are my friends. So yeah, that's how I started everything. And also for this festival, Envision, that was probably my biggest window to the I don't know, to the real scene worldwide. I played with Bedouin, and who was the other guy? Well, that was like a few years ago, and so we met, and after that, we kept in contact. We keep in contact, and yeah, it was a really nice school there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one of the like scariest gigs you did when you were first starting out?
Which one?
Like that you were the most nervous about?
Um, let's see. Probably playing in Iceland. I think I was a little bit nervous. Yeah, because actually Iceland was like my first, like, let's call it like exotic place. Like a place that I was not related at all. So I didn't know how was gonna be the crowd or anything. Like I'm used to play like in different countries in South America, North America, even Europe. But Iceland was like the first, place that I was totally unaware or how proud. So yeah, I was a little bit nervous there. But after, like, Iceland was like an important gig for me because there I realized that the crowd always respond in the same way, no matter where you are. You know, uh, yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And then what brought you to Barcelona?
Um. Well, after playing and living in Costa Rica for a while, for all my life, pretty much, um, I started like thinking like I really need to move on because it's hard to mainly for the gigs. Like it's not the same flying from Costa Rica, let's say, to India.
Yeah, yeah,
that
for sure.
from Europe. So that was pretty much the main reason, and also because I love Barcelona. I went there when I was like really young, and I get like fascinated with the architecture and the pretty much the life there. It's like a happy place.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
yeah, yeah, that's the reason.
Is there anywhere else you would move to, like for a home?
Um, before moving to Barcelona, one of my options was like Buenos Aires.
Hmm.
I actually lived there before, like for a few months. Um, and yeah, I mean, the scene in Buenos Aires, in Argentina in general, is
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's probably, yeah, I will say it, and I know most of the DJs will agree with me on this. And Argentina crowd is like probably the most amazing crowd in the world. They are so passionate about electronic music, and yeah, it's so massive there. And yeah, I really love it. That was one of the possibilities for me to settle down.
Yeah.
Um, and also, like, another option was Mexico or LA, like here, not North America, which also they have like amazing scene. But at the end, I don't know, like everything worked for Spain, so I just moved there, and yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm planning just to stay there as long as I can. I'm a very good friend of Paolo Mojo, who also lives there, and a lot of DJs. Like that's the place where you can like actually do a lot of collaborations with other producers, and it's a nice place. I also love Berlin, of course. Like I go to Berlin every time I can, but it's so cold. I, I am bored of that.
Yeah, you like your
I
warm
grew up.
weather, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I grew up in Costa Rica, like close to the beach and everything. So I need a place with that weather at least. But yeah, I love Berlin too.
Do you surf? Is that a weird
A little
question?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's not weird. Like normally when I say I'm from Costa Rica, that's the following
Is
question:
it?
Do
That's
you
so
surf?
terrible because I
And
hate people would always do that same thing when I'd be like from Colorado. They're like, "Yeah, do you ride horses?" I'm like, "Well, actually, I do, but."
exactly. Yeah. No, I'm totally used to that question. Everybody asks me that.
Well,
I
you just
try
seem
to.
like the type of person, like you're like
Yeah. No, I
chill.
like it, and I try to do it. I'm not like too good on that. I'm trying to improve that, but yeah, I love surfing. I was actually more like a skateboarding type of guy. I still doing it. Like now that I'm here in LA, I pretty much skate almost every day. Um, so yeah, like before becoming a DJ, when I was like in my between 15 years old, I was skating like a lot. Like I was thinking actually doing doing that like as a living.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
was flying I was flying back and forth from Costa Rica to California to skate with friends, and yeah. And then I had an injury on my foot, and that's when everything ended. And I was like, all right, let's try something else. But
Crazy.
yeah, I still skating for fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you never. It's interesting because you never know how things will work out, and I'm sure an injury like that. You're like, this is what I do, and that's kind of devastating.
It was devastating for me. Yeah, like for me because it was my passion, like my music right now. You know, and that time was skateboarding. So can you imagine like someone telling you, like the doctor telling you, no, you're not gonna be able to skate anymore in your life. So yeah, it was like pretty shocking, but I mean it's part of the life. I now I'm totally happy with who I am right now and with what I'm doing. So everything is okay.
I mean, I know you're really like a spiritual, if that's the right word, into yoga and a lot of well-being. Like, how does that relate to the way you approach your life?
Yeah, yeah, totally. Wait, I have to open the door one moment.
Yeah.
Just uh, all right.
Was
Thank you.
that an ice cream
I'm back.
truck?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I was actually gonna buy an ice cream.
You're like, hold on one second. Wait, did
The
you
music
not track him
helped me.
down?
Yeah, That's that's a normal thing in here. Yeah, but it's gone now.
Oh,
I
there's
was gonna go through this next week, and it's
no,
gone
like he didn't stop for you.
now. I was gonna like run as like with the other kids, but yeah.
Just like pushing the little kids out of the way.
Yeah, like move on.
um,
So yeah, you were saying about the yoga
yeah,
and
like just I don't know. I'd love to hear your perspective on how you approach life and music and all
yeah.
that stuff.
So yeah, like I started like in yoga. I don't know, can be like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's been taking like a big part of my life. Um, I do martial arts as well, and I started like doing yoga as a complement of martial arts. Um, but at the end, actually, it took more uh, importance in my life and everything else. Um, so yeah, I do. That's why I was so happy in India. Also, I was learning a lot about all the yoga culture, and yeah, I took a spiritual trip to one place called Rishikesh, which is like everybody goes there to meditate and pretty much just do yoga the whole day. And I stayed there living in it's called an ashram. It's kind of a monastery. Um, so I stayed living there for I don't know, some weeks, like completely um, disconnected from the rest of the world. I was just pretty much like living there, doing yoga and meditating, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. And yeah, that's part of my life right now. I try to do yoga almost every day and meditate, and yeah, it helps a lot with to pretty much to keep a nice balance. Like the whole music raving life is sometimes can take you completely. So that's how I keep the right balance of party and you know the spiritual in part. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like there's like it helps with your music as well? Like is there a connection for you?
Yes. Yeah. Totally. It's been like now. Um, well, I've been playing also in some um, yoga kind of events. Actually, a totally different kind of music, more chill, down tempo stuff, which also I really love. And, and yes, now I'm trying to merge everything in something new, and that's actually one of my plans right now for the future. Yeah.
Well, can you expand on that more? Like what is the plan of just like changing or just like adapting to a new style or
Yes. Well, I'm trying to create a new project more for mm, pretty much more like a down tempo chill project, more for kind of meditation and you know that kind of music, not precisely for clubs, but just for listening. And that's one of my goals for this year. It's gonna be under a different name, and yeah, that's one of the one. That's one of the plans.
awesome. That's really cool. Are you do you feel like there's always something that you're personally trying to share, like a message or energy through your music?
Yes, totally. I feel like, um, I mean, at least for me as a DJ, if I'm not feeling quite well, like in my personal life, sometimes it's hard to go out and transmit that kind of vibe to the people. So I feel like I have to be like completely, at least that's for me, right? Like I have to be totally connected with myself, like feeling happy, and pretty much that's my goal when I'm gonna play. Like try to transmit that kind of vibe to the people, and yeah, that's for me. That's probably the most important thing when I'm gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, the spiritual side is taking more and more important in my life, because it's actually helping me to play better. Actually, I know it can be I know it can sound like weird or crazy, but that's how I handle it. And yeah, and from my other project that I'm working on right now, it's the same. Like, I mean, with the music, you always try to say something, right? So that's what I'm trying to do with the other project that I'm working. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be happy to show you whenever it's ready.
Yeah, no, that's I love that. That's really interesting to think about. That if you are having, you've been booked on this gig and you're having a time when you're having like a rough time with yourself, your own personal anxieties and all that, that it can be difficult to be like asked to go out there and transmit something with energy and positivity for a crowd. So being like dealing with your own stuff, so that you can be prepared to go out there and like share the most like good parts about yourself, your positive and your like your connection, is that's really awesome.
I mean, and of course, like, I mean, we are humans. We are not happy the whole time. Everyone has their own their own things, and sometimes you just have to go and do it, but it's not the same. Like, I've been noticing that I play even much better when I like in the same vibe and same, and and but yeah, I mean, all the DJs, producer, and artists in general have their moments, and you just have to learn to deal with it.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, it's important.
and it's just so much about being present, like when you're DJing, and it seems like the meditation and the yoga would really help with that.
Yes, totally, definitely. It helps to control your mind. Pretty much, that's the most important things that you learn when you do that, and yeah, it helps a lot for focus in the present, like enjoy the moment, and just go with the flow, pretty much.
It's like, and you're leading other people to feel that way when you're doing it yourself.
I mean, that's probably my main purpose when I play. Like everyone there is to have a good time. So that's your job. That's your job as a DJ.
Yeah.
Do you do yoga?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I've been doing it for a long time. I love it, and I meditate and all that. So I totally understand that.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. One of my plans also is to merge. I mean, I've been doing it before, but I want to do it more like frequently. Like merge like yoga classes with music, and yeah, I'm.
It'd be nice because sometimes there's just some terrible music.
I know. Yes, and yeah, that's one of my. I'm practicing playing the hand drum. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Yeah, the hand drum. And so I'm working like on trying to merge everything, like hand drum, the beats, the yoga, and all that in something new. Like so, yeah, that's one of the things that I'm working on.
Nice. What are you thinking of, like hosting something like a yoga class, or like getting into existing classes, or just starting a whole?
No, so yeah, probably I'm gonna start the project with another friend who is a yoga teacher, and yeah, do something more kind of experimental and see how everyone reacts to that. We're still thinking about it and see how are we gonna do it. But I think it's gonna be nice. Yeah,
I
I think
love
it's
it. I love it. I think it sounds like, you have a passion behind it and a purpose. So, I think it's a great idea.
yeah. I think if you do something like with your heart and you know it's gonna end in something good. So uh, at least a good experience.
Yeah, exactly. At least it'll be fun. Well, that's awesome. That's exciting.
But at the same time, I mean, I have a like, wow, it's because this year I have like so many plans that to I have to work a lot in my label too. I have to work
Yeah.
on my radio show and my music. So yeah, there's a lot of things to do this year.
It's Moonchild, right?
Yeah, Moonchild is our little baby, and yeah, now is based in Barcelona. It's going really well. Um, like last year, we have a little break, but this year we're coming. We already have some really good releases coming up. So yeah, um, let's see. Trying to think in names. Well, Facundo Mohrr is one of our favorite producers there. So there's a really good EP from Facundo coming up. Um, right now on Beatport, we have in pre-order one new EP from an artist from. He's also from Costa Rica. It's called Rebel One. Um, and yeah, the EP is working really well. It's having good support from big DJs, and yeah, it's gonna be released actually like on sale probably I think next week. Second, so yeah, and yeah, there's also a really nice EP coming up from Italian duo called Risen. They're more kind of techno. They are really um, they have a really dark vibe, but I like it. Like I love it. Like all the music that we release on Moonchild is called. No, I mean it's more for for clubbing, more for partying, and so yeah, it's gonna be good that release also. And yeah.
So do you have different styles within Moonchild? What's the like overcompassing, theme or goals?
For me playing, producing, or for
For
for our label.
I'm for the label, but also I would be interested in for you.
Okay. For the label is mainly deep house, tech house, and techno a little bit. Yes, we have most of our artists right now are on that line. Um, for me, wow, I don't know. Like last year, I've been like getting influenced by a lot of different places, and I don't even know what kind of music I'm doing. No, it's so hard. Like there's so many, but definitely like Barcelona have like the biggest influence on me right now. Um, the sound in Barcelona is more. Let's call it more techno, and yeah, that's what I'm playing. I try to combine everything. You know, I don't like to just play one thing the whole night.
Yeah.
Obviously I love deep house. It's like one of my biggest things right now. And so yeah, I'm actually working on an EP. Um, and I haven't tell you about that. Now that I'm going to Costa Rica,
Yeah.
uh, probably before the festival that I have to play, I'm gonna get in the mountains with like a native tribe.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. Yeah, I want to hear about that. That's so cool.
yeah, I'm really looking forward for that. I'm so excited. Um, so my plan is just go there and live with them, like in the jungle, um, and pretty much learn about their sounds and their singings and everything. And yeah, I'm working on that EP right now. I mean, I'm doing the bass, and there I'm gonna do the rest because I have a mini studio in Costa Rica that I'm gonna work on, and so I'm just gonna like absorb as much as I can from them, and do a really nice EP. I haven't released any EP by myself in a long time, so I'm gonna focus on that. That's like my main thing uh, right now. Yeah,
Awesome. That's it's really cool. I think that's great that
it's
you
gonna
have
be
like a
like
focus.
yeah. That EP is gonna be like very eclectic kind of sound. It's gonna have like nice remixes too that I've been already trying to uh, and everything. So yeah, so excited for that.
What do you like take away from last year that you've taken into this year?
Well, it was my first experience like touring, like in a real way. So that's I would say my biggest learn in the last year. But also, I learned how to, I don't know, like how to play for different cultures that I'm not used to it. It was pretty amazing. I would say that was my biggest lessons in the last year. And obviously, I'm gonna say the fact that I don't have to only like play gigs, and I need to what we were like talking before, right? Like find a way to combine both things. And yes, I'm gonna take advantage of those lessons and work on that this year.
Awesome. What do you mean when you say you had to adjust? Like, can you give an example of adjusting to playing to different cultures?
Um, yes, totally. Like it's not the same like playing in Buenos Aires. They like one specific sound. Sometimes, I mean, obviously, you have to be trust with yourself all the time. Um, but you need to be like what I was trying to say is actually more like to read the crowd.
Hmm.
That was what I was trying to say. Like to read different kind of crowds. Like it's not the same if you play in a, let's say, in a festival during the day that in a club during the night. And yes, that's one of the things that um, I I've been learning like in the last year. I was playing for totally different crowds that I never imagined in my life that I was in, I don't know, in an island in Thailand, or in a small club in Bosnia and Herzegovina, for example. Um, so yeah, crowds are like always different, but at the same, people goes there for the love of music. So everyone is looking for the same thing, just having a good time. And yeah, that's what you just have to do when you're there. Just focus on that, and and just do your job.
Well, awesome. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me. This has been really fun.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I'm excited about everything.
I've been looking forward for this chat, and so yeah, I'm really happy that we finally did it.
Thanks. Yeah, me too. All right, we'll talk soon. Have a good night.
You too. Hope you have a really nice Sunday.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.